Alright, you're finally done creating your map and now you want to texture it. It always takes a shitloads of time and it always ends up looking like shit. But not after this video. I'll show you a quick way to do things so that it will make it pretty much impossible to screw up. It works on pretty much any outdoor tile set. It doesn't work on urban tile set or indoor tile sets if you want to use them. But it's a quick way to do outdoor environment, so to speak. And now when you made your little map, this is like a part of a melee map, and the first thing you want to do is to go into a texture tab, add texture, and then find the most rocky texture you can find. This is the heaven tile set, so we got rock rough, rock smooth, and rock rocky. And rock rough is the most rocky one. Increment, crank it up to full, get down to size like 7 or something, it doesn't really matter. And then just start marking all the rocks. Obviously, rocks, it's the cliffs. Obviously they're marked with this vertical model thingy, but it just isn't enough, so to speak. So you have to texture it out with whatever rock you think is appropriate for your what you call terrain. It doesn't really matter, it gives you a lot of things. You will see in the end what I mean. When you have done marking all the rocks with your rocky texture, so to speak, then find a less rocky texture. Rock smooth looks pretty ugly, so I would go for what's it called? Yeah, grass rocky. It varies depending on the tile set. Throw that increment to, I don't know, 30. Grow up size, biggest. Get that fractal brush, very fast, and then just start filling out with the grass rock texture thingy. What you want to do is you want to fill it almost completely out. You don't want it to touch the edge, but you want to remove all the crude corners of the rough rock. Well, I'll just say like cliff rock or something, because it really varies depending on the tile set and what you want it to look like. But as you can see, I've filled it out with this crappy grass thingy, and it's not like conquering the edge, so to speak. There's always cliff rock there, so we can say. Then you want to get the texture that is, let's say, the trademark of the tile set. So if it's 7, I would say it's grass, and just 7 grass. Keep the increment and size the same, and then you want to do like the same thing as you did before. Filling out the grass rocky texture, but not filling it out completely. As you can see, there's still like this cliff rock, and there's grassy rock, and then there's grass. So there's like a little transition going over it. But you want to do it exactly the same way as you did before. It doesn't have to be pretty, it just has to be there. And it works, believe me. At least I think it do. You be the judge, I don't care. Well, I do, but in any case, let me know if you like it. Increment, yeah, let's just fill it up to make it pretty. Hey. There we go. It's almost looking like acceptable, I guess. It's not good. It's not bad. Then you want to use whatever kind of dirt texture the tiles that have. Crank the increment down, of course, to 30 again. And then everywhere where there's like an expansion or a main, or of course it doesn't only have to be melee maps, but you know, places where people build or walk, then just flat out some dirt. So any of the expansions, and then like try to link together whatever bases, or if there's like a scout tower or an objective or something, then you just have to link them with dirt to make it look like there are people passing by. You mean, I know, just to make it look like something is happening. And that's pretty much it. You're thinking, hey, that's actually a pretty smart way to make a terrain. Yeah, but it needs a little bit more spice, because now the foundation of the terrain is done, and then we can start like putting it on some details, so to speak. So go on to your cool rock again, keep the size and increment the same, just go over to the noise brush, and then start just going crazy with the stupid brush. Yeah, really ruin your terrain. There we go. It really gives you a nice effect when you can see that there's dirt with some rock on it, and then there's grass on the rock, and then the rock actually appears over here. And since the foundation, I'll explain that a little bit later. As you can see now, there's a lot more rocky thingy, as you can see. And then you want to choose, let's say, the grass rocky again. And then you want to use that as well, because as you can see, there's still a little bit of grass rock under the rock and grass. So automatically, the low increment brush will make it appear very nice and with a very cool effect on the places where you actually brushed it before. So it's good that all the correct textures was at the correct places before, because then you get like this cool what's it called, transition, but we also get these small, very faint distinctions on the map. At least that is what I'm kidding myself to believe. What's it called? English is not my native tongue, so bear with me when I just say things and stuff. It's really all I can do. So, and of course, you want to once again mark the pathways. It wasn't really destroyed here, but it can be. Just all the textures that you didn't use, just use them here and there, and just wherever you think is pretty. So here, when you want a better plane or something, then yeah, sure. It looks cool. As you can see, there's this area. There's like many different. Ooh, it went very bad there. There. You don't want to like the rocks to appear green or anything, but you want there to be like a transition between all the stuff, and it doesn't have to be a perfect one. It should be very smudged out, so to speak. But as you can see now, when you zoom around, now I forgot to put up the graphics, so the textures actually look a bit crabby, I can see. But as you can see now, it actually looks like something that even Blizzard could have made. Oh yeah, comparing myself to Blizzard. Oh, I love myself. But now when the foundation of the terrain is done, now you can start. For example, don't know if you players should do that first or whatever you do. But I usually start doing this, and then I start adding adding the details afterwards, like clearing the ramp or putting down trees or whatever you want to. So it actually is looking like a pretty decent map now that you could actually play. And yeah, that is pretty much it. I want to quickly show it with another tile set just to show that it's actually possible to do on pretty much everything. Let's say Masara can't be much different than that one. And I'll make it quick because I know that I don't got an internal time on this stupid video YouTube that I'm uploading on, so I'll do it very quick. And I love to talk a lot, so it's always slow. But once again, we find the rocky thingy, rock. That's definitely the most rocky thingy I can find. Of course, if you want to have like grassy cliffs or anything, you just use grass instead and use some of the other textures. You just want to have this nice transition, and you want the what's it called? The terrain to actually be believable. Like there's not any major grass on the cliffs or anything if you are making a cliffy map or something. Oh, I can just actually show it to you with saying using this dark rock instead. Oh yeah, dark rock. Oh, so ugly. But it can actually work very well. Let's say now we've got the cliffs marked, and then we take crack. Yeah, that's the next, the number 2 rocky thingy, I guess. Once I go to a fractal brush, put out the size and downsize the increment, and then just go. It's taking too long. It doesn't. I mean, detail. I mean, a terrain, unless it's like a city terrain or something, doesn't have to be pretty. I mean, it's bloody terrain. It's out in the nature, so it's supposed to be, chaotic and not the best looking or whatever. And then you just, take off the edges as we did before. Don't take the cliff edges, of course, but the edges of the other textures, and it'll be fine. Good. And now for the, the trademark, the trademark texture of the terrain, which I think in Masara is sand, and go out and go crazy. I might not have been the best, but I think it'll work. Link up with the 2 other bases or whatever you want to do. I don't know. I just want to show this because I've been away from the Starcraft 2 editor for half a year now, playing some MMOs, and yeah, it failed, and crappy MMOs fails, and now I have to go back, and I see all these ugly terrains, and they're still ugly, even though when I left Starcraft and stuff. But so I feel it's my duty to just post something that might be able to help terrainers, because I see so many people on the forum just. Well, I'm just talking just to make it more bearable to make a terrain. But as you can see now, there we've got a pretty decent looking terrain now. It's not the best, especially down here. Well, it's not the worst, but like you can experiment with this technique. You can easily like take this one, especially in like Masara, where it's a very rocky place. Oh, increment down. Really go crazy with that noise brush afterwards. Just totally rape your terrain. Oh, yar, baby, yar. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's a rocky place. It's the wasteland, Just add wherever you feel like it. You can always feel like you have to build there, so there's not any rock there, and of course make small adjustments. But you know, just random bits here and there, and obviously do it with all the different kind of textures that you used before, like just to make a cool transition, like going from all black rock over here, this, smooth and red rock. Yeah, it looks okay. Can't complain. Obviously, you can just use all the brushes a little bit here and there just to add some, you know, distinctive science to the terrain. Even though we didn't use any black rock in the start, it still looks good on here. Oh, who am I to blame? Blame? Don't even know that word. Once again, not English. Don't blame me. Just a simple man, simple needs. And yeah, now I'm really overdoing it just because I like my Sarah tileset and I love it. I do believe a lot of people do. Then just quickly mark up the areas where you want the expansions to be and make sure the road is still there, and bam! Then we've made a completely new terrain. And if you got the technique, then it takes like no time. And it's very really looks crappy. I should have put up the graphics. But it really looks good when, you know, you got the graphics on max and you see so many transitions and whatever English word insert here, I don't know it. It looks good. It could be better, but now you can add the details. The foundation is in place, and now you can actually start working on the details. And you can fill out a map like an epic map in like half an hour or something. Just get the technique right, and it'll go so fast. I hope this video helped. Let me know what you thought of it, and have fun.